what's it like being among fellow bloggers this evening? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, actually, I feel myself to be a novice. I'm new to all this, learning along the way, and being energized and inspired by young people. Yeah, that's nice.
Are you inspired to join the Blog Awards next year on your own?
Oh no! I am not good enough for that.
Hey, but there are a lot more ministers, starting to join in. I hear that Mr. Commonwealth is the latest to start a blog. You'll be talking about it.
No, I'm not aware that he started a blog. Yes. I'm a bit too busy blogging myself and making postings than checking out other people's blogs and sites.
You respond really quickly, like within seconds of somebody responding to your Facebook post, your Facebook status, you respond really quickly.
No, it depends. I mean, if it happens that I was logging in at the time, then I'll respond because I don't try to build up a backlog. Try to clear work as it comes.
But don't your security people go a little bit crazy? Like, you cannot, tell people where you're going, or do they feel more worried?
I don't reveal details. I only give general indications of the places I'm going to. But of course, if it's already a public event, like an MPS or a 7-month dinner, then it's already in the public domain. Anyway, yeah.
Do you have privacy settings on your Facebook?
What are privacy settings? You see, I'm new to this.
It's so that certain people can only see certain things and other details are only for yourself or for your own.
Oh no, it's too complicated. I mean, if I'm prepared to post something, then I'm prepared for it to be out in the public domain. So generally speaking, I would make it available to anybody.
Where do you think the future of digital media lies for Singapore?
Well, I think the field will continue to evolve. I mean, Facebook is a very recent phenomenon. I don't quite know in 2 years' time what the world will look like and what new software, new facilities there will be. But there are bound to be changes because the technology is moving so rapidly.
Minister, are there any blogs that you frequently visit?
Any blogs? No, not really.
So only your own?
Well, I have a problem with time. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Minister, you mentioned in July Straits Times report that you're starting a group blog. Is that soon to be announced? Or
No, I have not said anything like that.
Currently, FM actually hosts a blog where you are in as well. Now, what percentage are you blogging? What percentage is he blogging?
Oh, I'm a guest blogger on his blog site and also on Harold Fox blog site called Tomorrow SG. So from time to time I appear, but it's their blog sites, and I mean, all of us who blog, there are times when we blog more, there are times when we blog less. So it depends. Yeah.
Now, I noticed even in Facebook, you tend to update with a lot of photos and stuff like that. But you're always in it, so who takes the photos for you?
Well, officially it will be my special assistant. For grassroots events, it will be some of my supporters.
Now, a lot of people always Photoshop their photos. So, do you think you will start Photoshopping your photos soon too?
I don't have the time. I don't have the time.
Now, do you actually...
And I won't know how to do it anyway.
In your speech, you sort of mentioned, you talked about competitive advantage and moving first.
Yes.
And, with events like the Blog Awards, do you think is this something you would like to encourage, or how would you like?
No, it's a way to reach out to people, and in my work, I've got to reach out to people, whether it is as a member of parliament or as a minister. We have to communicate, and the new media allows us different ways to communicate. It's complementary to the main media, and I find it useful.
So in the address, you also mentioned about the question of trust. You think that the trust should also go into the cyber world as well?
Oh, it's very important.
Yeah, but I'm sure you do know that a lot of people actually use pseudonyms and all that. What do you think of the trend of using that, hiding behind a fake personality and trying to do Facebook and all that, but not using your real character?
Then people respond accordingly. Yeah.
What about yourself? Would you think that you probably get kicked out? Some people they just hide behind something and then they look ponder upon other things and all that.
I get all kinds of strange postings, so I mean, I take it in good humor, and I respond accordingly. I mean, if a person is obviously not very serious, then I calibrate my response. But if a person has a problem or has a serious point to make, then I would respond accordingly. And usually there are those who are quite happy to let you know their identities and their backgrounds.
And some people will say that will condemn that the blogging sphere is actually growing very well, and some tend to think that the bloggers are actually taking over the real media, like the conventional media. What do you think of that?
I think the new media will erode the existing media at the edges, but the existing media will continue to play a very critical role in public communication because it reaches more people. It's between broadcast and narrowcast, but the new media has the advantage in that it's interactive, so everyone feels that he can also, to a certain extent, broadcast.
Minister, I would just like to ask,
Yes.
so will blogging be a very big part of the coming election? I mean, with more ministers or more
Well, I
MPs?
have no doubts the new media will be important for coming elections. We already see it in other countries.
So is that being demonstrated, or in the party? In the party-wise, are they using your Facebook, your Twitter, and your blogs as an example?
No, we're all
to
experimenting,
encourage-
and I suppose we're all learning from one another. Yeah.
How important do you think that it would sway votes in the coming election, or to win trust or to win votes in the coming election?
I think voters are smart, so if it's just a gimmick or a gizmo, then they will react accordingly. In the end, it is whether you come across as a genuine person, and if you can establish that trust with them, I think it makes a difference. Yeah, but it means sometimes that you've got to react to their comments in a sincere way, or to their problems. And I can't say, well, this is not my problem, can you please contact your MP or the relevant department. So I say, well, you email me at my office website, and I will forward your request to the relevant department. So it's some work, but it's not that much work, because it's amazing that most people are considerate. And some of them are a bit paiseh, they ask you, say, I know it's not your work, but I actually have this problem, and if you can you please help me? So if I can, I'll try to. Not always, but I'll try to. Yeah.
Now, do you think in the next elections you will actually be using the new media a lot more, personally?
I think so.
In what way exactly?
In the way I'm doing now.
Has that helped bring you closer with your GRC, your constituency in that manner? Because
It's helped me reach out to young people whom I may not get to meet when I go house to house or at grassroots events. Usually they'll come down if they are young parents because they bring their kids along. But if the children have grown up, or they are not married, or they're just married, then it's harder to meet them through traditional activities. But I find that through blogs and through Facebook, you meet many more, and they respond.
Are you going to experiment with an online MPS?
To some extent, it's already an online MPS, because many requests come in. They're not all many are not from my constituency, and some are from overseas. And if I can help, I help. Yeah. Yeah.
Just one more question. What do you think of alternative broadcast mediums like Sri San's Razor TV and Omai?
I've got Razor TV on my iPhone. I've not got Omai on my iPhone. Maybe I should add that on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.